October of 2009, playing a course with a bunch of friends of mine on a 9-foot rim. Decided to do a dunk on it, shifted my shoulder back. It just felt like I pulled a muscle or just tweaked my shoulder the wrong way. It wasn't, I mean, we still played horse for another hour after that. I just didn't try to dunk the ball anymore. In the spring, when I started to play baseball, I had the pain, talked to a few people I knew, and they mentioned some things about the Orthopaedic Center. And then for me, it was just kind of, I knew something with my shoulder, so I figured I'd just go and bypass going to see my family doctor, anything like that, and just went straight to the Orthopaedic Center. As well as I got a little boy. He's 4 years old now, and he loves baseball, so as he gets older, I wanted to be able to play baseball and throw a ball with him in the backyard and stuff like that without having to worry about my shoulder hurting or being less able to throw a ball.
To hear somebody that wants to be able to throw baseball or to pitch the football in the backyard, and he sees that with this young child that he hopes to be able to throw a ball with for the next decade or so, that he's not going to be able to do that, and that's important to him. And we tried extensive conservative treatment for him. Then we were able to provide imaging services in order to help confirm the diagnosis. And then when the conservative treatment didn't work, we were able to do surgery.
I saw Dwayne several weeks then post-operatively, had the opportunity to sort of work on getting his range of motion, because early on you've got to be very protective and very cautious when you're dealing with a post-operative shoulder. It's a little bit more fragile than other things that have surgery, so you have to work really diligently on getting your motion back. The shoulder has a great deal of motion, and if you don't get that motion back within the first couple of months after surgery, you really struggle getting back to that activity level that you really desire. You know, our goal as therapists in that early process is to get him moving. You know, keep his shoulder from getting stiff and try and get back his passive mobility, i.e. when I'm moving his shoulder, I want to be able to get him full mobility when I'm moving it, but not necessarily when he's moving it. You know, then you progress into things where he's more active, where he's working on building back his motion, moving efficiently and smoothly, and then we work on building back his strength and getting him ready to go back out and throw the ball, you know, pick up his kids and those type of activities.
With this elbow, we're going to take and we're going to almost draw like a semicircle in, and then we're going to let that come out, and my hand actually drops in behind my head right now.
The majority of the time of the trainers in the peak is spent doing movement correction and then strengthening those movements. So when a therapist gets that patient out of pain and gets them to where they're at the point of discharge from therapy, the peak trainers then take them to a whole body movement, and then we strengthen those movements through fitness, through strength training, because if you don't strengthen those movements, then those movement patterns really aren't your own. So you need to strengthen those patterns to really be able to use them on an everyday life. So we take people, we teach them how to move, we strengthen those movements, we teach them fitness programs, and we give them the tools they need to prevent injury in everyday life activities.
Woo! That's good. All right, now take a couple steps back and let's go ahead and we'll do that walkthrough as we go through. So just remember, we're working our feet on that line.
He really wanted to get back and play softball at a fairly competitive level. You know, so Eric had the opportunity to work with him, get him in this with a throwing program, and really work on his throwing and shoulder mechanics so that he could be as efficient and smooth throwing the ball as possible, and also making sure that he was throwing the ball correctly so he didn't have a re-injury or have any other problems as he got back to playing softball. You know, and since he's been done with the rehabilitation course here and done with working with Eric, he's gone back and he's been able to play with his corporate team back at the softball down.
The Orthopaedic Center definitely helped me in every way as far as being able to heal from the surgery and progress in a timely manner so that I could do the things I wanted to do without having to re-injure myself or put myself at risk.